And today we're going to be showing you a tour of the back end of WordPress. Now, this is what the administrative section of the site looks like when you log in. Great. So now this is your dashboard. You can always return to here by clicking on the dashboard in the left-hand column here. Now, if you click on Home, it's the same thing. So Dashboard is the heading, Home is the page. Updates is going to be the page that we went to in the last tutorial. However, you're going to see that we have no updates available. If you would like to check to see if you have updates, although the software does for you, you can always click this check again. Of course, it tells you when it was last checked. So next we have Posts. And Post is where you control all of your posts, right? So this is not only where you see all of your posts, but where you add new ones, manage your categories, and manage your tags. So what's the difference between a post and a page? Well, a post is an article comment, sort of like a blog post, right? I mean, if you're most all familiar with a blog, it basically has a title, a body, and can typically allow for comments, and you can tag them, and there'll be a listing of all of the posts, right? Where pages are more like, there's an about page, a contact page. It's not quite the listing of content like an article or something like that. It's more just a normal web page. So let's go ahead and click Posts here, and you'll notice it takes us to the first item, which is All Posts, and opens up this menu here. Now we have the Hello World post that we can quick get into by clicking Edit, Quick Edit. We could also destroy it by clicking Trash, or we could just view it on the front end by clicking View. We can also filter, and we can do bulk actions such as editing multiple ones or deleting multiple items. We can change the view from a list to a more of a larger list, like a fatter list with more information. We can also search for posts. You can also add a new post right up here. Another way to add a new post is this Add New in the left column. Next we have Media, and Media is a way that you can upload images or other types of media, like we have the photograph or the camera or the audio, the musical note here. Basically, we can add our media here to have it used within other posts and pages within the page editor. You can also upload and use media through the page editor, so you don't necessarily have to manage your media through the media library, but what's nice is that WordPress gives you the option of coming in here and seeing your library, even all of the media and everything that you've uploaded through posts and everything like that. So anytime you upload an image through the WYSIWYG, which is what you see is what you get as the text editor in the site, it's going to come into here and you'll be able to see it. Here you can perform bulk actions like deleting permanently or filtering them. We can also add new media here by just dropping files in and then using them later in blog posts. Next we have Pages, which, as we described before, is like just a web page, right? So we have a sample page. You could click here to add new ones, and this is very similar to the posts where you can have your bulk actions deleting and editing. You can quick edit or destroy or view them. You could search through them. And what's nice about Pages is that you can add them to the menu of your site in the main navigation. That way you could have content that people want to access quickly, like I said before, about pages or things like that they could get to that much easier. Okay, well that is the first half of the administrative section menu here, and you'll notice there's a nice little divider between this top half and this bottom half. Now, these things in the bottom here are all sort of settings for your site, where the things in the top here are all sort of content editing, content adding, and more for the front end of your site. We also have widgets, which are things that are built into WordPress or that you could have as plugins that you could drag and drop into places of your site. Notice how we have a sidebar, a content sidebar, and a footer area. And these areas are built into the theme of your site. Now, when you download new themes, they might have different widget areas, and if you're building themes, you can create your own widget areas. Now, if we wanted to have a calendar or maybe categories or a pages listing or a tag cloud, all we have to do is drag and drop these into one of these widget areas. We can give it a title and we can check some options. Also, we could click delete and it'll just remove it from this widget area, and then it's back here. Now, next up we have plugins. This is where you can see what plugins come with WordPress, which is this Hello Dolly. It's not a plugin, it just symbolizes hope and enthusiasm, an entire generation summed up in 2 words. So Basically, it's an example plugin. It puts Hello Dolly, a lyric from Hello Dolly, in the upper right-hand corner of the admin screen if you want it. And to activate a plugin, you would just click Activate like this, and then now we have, well, Hello Dolly up top here. To deactivate it again, we can click Deactivate, and to remove, we can just click Delete. We could also find new plugins by clicking Add New here, and we could search or use the tag cloud to find types of plugins we want to find. For instance, if we wanted something that brought in a Facebook like button or something like that, we could click Facebook and we see we have a Facebook wall integration, social integration, that sort of thing, and you could click Install Now to install those widgets. Again, we have Editor, which allows you to edit your various plugins. Now, this is only for people who have experience with PHP or CSS or JavaScript. If you come in here and start editing your PHP files, chances are you might break them, especially if you don't know the code.